I treat this building like everything's not replaceable. So I want to be least impactful to anything. So I have them take everything out of a room that they're worried about, and then anything that I am causing a mess with, put drop cloths down, all that kind of stuff, to try to be as professional as we possibly can. So we took down the Elkhorn chandelier. We are waiting for special brackets to hang the new box, but we had to open up holes to get the old cables out and our new cable in. Basically everything that we're taking out was a cloth BX, which is super brittle. Every time we touch it, it falls apart. So there are safety issues to the wiring that, mainly can be a fire. That's mainly the biggest problem. Everything that we are installing is new. So today we'll be hanging Captain's Study light that was original to the building in 1893. Touching something like this, you'd have to make sure that we're not going to really damage it, because there's not a whole lot of stuff that you can tell there's screws in it and that, because back then they didn't really have the same technology we had now. And as you can tell, all this glass, it has fractures in it and everything just because of the age of everything. So it's key to try to be as careful with everything as you possibly can. Moment of truth, we'll turn it on. Looking good. We still have some holes open that we are slowly going to be closing. That was actually original to the building, how they busted that hole open in the wall. We actually found an old sign that says restoration in progress, which is kind of funny to what we're doing to the building right now. Just trying to come up with a logic way of how they did it, and then trying to figure out what we could remove so I could do my work. So normally you have to do a lot of tricky things on trying to figure out how we can get stuff over there. And lots of times it's me with a flashlight trying to figure out on the woodwork what they removed and how they ran the wiring. Because here, if we had to get from this switch to that light, you would just open up the wall and then open up that. Well, I can't just open up everything. We have fabric, we have things that we would damage. Even this piece looks like it actually is removable because they put the fabric on the back side. But as you can see, after time, there is cracks in the plaster, and technically this stuff is actually on wood. So I don't even know how they attached. As you can see the corner here, that's actually a piece of wood, and this is plaster on top of it. So they attached the plaster to the wood. So I don't know how they did that, and even plaster guys, don't have a real good idea, because it's not a common way to do it. But it looks like they used some kind of wood fiber. If you really look up, you would have to get a ladder to where they cut that out. You could see plaster with wood fiber in the plaster. So there is little brownish dots in that white plaster. That is actually wood fiber. So they must have used it to make it stronger, I'm guessing. Definitely would have liked to have been somehow more to have pictures to see what they did back then, because a lot of this stuff, when I have the carpenters take things out, they built things in one piece and they brought it in as a solid piece. So sometimes these door frames and that are one piece. They're removed in one piece. So to build stuff like this, you would have to have a huge enough area to build stuff outside, then bring it into the building. And the woodwork here is amazing. I've never seen anything like this, and to see the different styles and types of wood, it's very neat. So for me, I accept the challenge, and we'll get it done.